Hello everyone, my name is Rami. I am the CEO of the Per Gates, and I would like to welcome you to our first episode of the Per Gates Property Talks. I have today with me one of the real estate investment advisors of the Per Gates, Tony. How are you, Tony?
I'm very well, thank you, Rami. How are you doing today?
Good, good. So today we are going to outline some of the important factors for the investors and the advisors. Tony is with me today. He recently joined us and he has shown very good performance so far. So Tony, tell us a little bit about the options and the factors that the investors may consider today.
Yes, certainly, Rami. First of all, to start up with, the real estate price index here in Doha declined in 16.65, as we all know, during the second to the fourth quarter 2018, showing more affordability in terms of the real estate prices here in Doha. I would say it was pretty much like a correction in the prices against the massive supply the market was hit by. So yeah, that's.
I see. Okay, Tony. So can you list for us some of the major options that any buyer or investor may consider today?
Certainly, yes. If you are a buyer or an investor, the market would offer you three major options at this very moment in time. Option number one is the secondary market properties in developed communities such as the Pearl, and these have been delivered a good, 3, 5, 7 years ago. And then you have number two, the brand new properties which are just being handed over, or which are about to be handed over in a short span of time from today. And number three, we do have the off-plan properties in under construction areas, which will be developed, of course, with better features and better infrastructure over the next midterm to the long term. That's what we're looking at right now.
I see. Okay. So, Tony, if in case, or let's say if I'm a buyer or an investor today looking to invest in this market, what would be my selection criteria?
Well, Rami, I would say all these options would have their own pros and cons. Having said that, if we were to take the option number one, the secondary market properties in the Pearl, your profit taking will be solely decided on your rental income. The rental income has been very, very strong in the Pearl because of its features such as the marinas, the sea, to fine dining, to fashion stores, to some of the most beautiful family living, upscale family living in Doha. So therefore, your rental income is guaranteed. However, in terms of your capital gain returns, if you were to exit over the next midterm, is not really decided. And because of the factor that your property is, good 5 to 7 years old since the handover, and as you know, the older a property gets, it has to be complied with a factor called the property depreciating factor. So option number two is the brand new properties which are just being handed over, and you are looking at an initial investment of 15 to 20% of a down payment on these properties, and the rest of the 70% could be paid in a matter of 3 to 5 years in a post-paid payment plan. Now the good news here is, as you're only dumping a very minimum amount at once, you are bound to get higher rental incomes during the first 1 to 2 years. And also, if you were to exit in over the next midterm to the long term, let's say 3 to 5 years, your property is pretty much a new unit still, even by then, against a secondary market unit. And number three, the off-plan properties in a place like Lusail. Now, to give you an idea, Lusail is going to be a sustainable smart city, which Doha has never seen before, which will be facilitated with features such as the interconnected highways to interconnected light rail systems to some of the best marinas with aqua parks to hotels to shopping malls, you name it, you have it. So therefore, it's a very good idea for you to be stepping into an investment in here. Having said that, all you need is 10% for you to start your investment. Then you can keep paying 5% worth of payments every now and again in a span of 2 to 4 years. Now the good news is 60% of your payment on these properties could be paid when the unit is handed over. So therefore, in a place like Lucelle, I can definitely see a tremendous potential in terms of capital gain returns. In fact, I would say it's going to be the investors a safe haven in terms of capital gains over the next midterm to the long term.
Correct.
Once again, one very important factor that I would like to mention here is that your profit taking will be, no matter whatever the choice you make, your profit taking will be solely decided on when exactly you will come to the investment and when you will exit. So to decide on that, I would advise you should have a strong hand holding you with knowledge such as the Pearl Gates. You know what to do. You can tell that to our viewers, Rami.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Tony, for outlining the major options in today's market. And definitely for those who are watching us today, if you would like to have the best advice on the market and you are thinking to buy or sell today, please reach out to the below details in order to get the best advice. Thank you very much for watching.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you.